thousands of human beings who nested in a top-risk ties schema marketed as a flat bet ISA terror. They include lose all following the business compressed. London Equity and Financial, LSF, now in authority, took pound 236 meter next a sale campaigning how is now by inquiry for mis-selling. Lot were at first-time investors, succession budget recipients, little industry owners, or again retired. Administrators told investors could get as slight as 20% of their cash behind. Peter Thornley and his woman retired to Devonian following a training career. He now fears he may include to back to job if their cash is loose. It put us by a lot of blood pressure, social and emotionally. It makes you sense very stupid, he told. Down there is a team of us bondholders, down there are on 900 in ours. We include all got cash how we include been leftward by parents or a chunk we got on resignation, later all of a flash 35 year of saving has lost in a pair of months. John Wizard, a retired carpenter of Northampton, was convalescent of cardiac surgical while he found out LSF was in authority. There was cash for our grandchildren, we weren't departure on fantasy holidays or purchase flare cars. My woman treated in BHS and stored her entire lifetime, the is difficult earned cash, we stored and stored and stored. I am desolate, I sense a full stupid. I was fully undertaken in by the sale. LSF Pay and Broker, Brighton-based Splash Programmable Logic Controller, 25% committee, that amounted to £60 meter, to run the sale campaigning. A episode of web adverts promise 8% returns of safe ISAs were liberated and in supplement a compare website, run by a business in links to Splash, would comparison the 1% and 2% back ISAs of top road banks in the investment at LSF. LSF was authorized by Controller the Finance Hold Credibility, FCA, but the FCA told the permission was to ensure customer finance consultation, not the selling of ties or ISAs. The FCA later ordered the advertisements should halt fleeing. Investors were said the cash, and thus hazard, would be distribution through hundreds of companies yet, on to companies building accounting records. LSF financed cash to 4 persons of that include never registered accounts, 9 are less rather than 3-year ancient, and 9 had loans of LSF in 2017. Lot of the cash money was financed to companies how later submarine financed to other. Bondholders include grown concerns on protection among the directors of companies how acquired cash and those who ran LSF. Michael Andrew Thompson, named as Andy Thompson, took above as the lug of LSF in 2015 and is as well CEO of equine galloping business GT Eventing. Gender Reckless is the most stockholder of both of Splash plc and RUP Digital Services, the business how given ISA compare websites. Christine Anderson put thousands of pounds in LSF. She rest her own industry, a breakers high school in Devonian. They include made really so out of difficult working human beings, a lot include put several or all of their saving in the business, she told. The directors and former directors are residing the lifetime of angry of which I can view, in their helicopter, their horses and their properties. It is really sad how the could include been permitted to occur. In December the FCA froze LSF's activities, stretched the adverts and in January found how LSF had done communication in relationship to its flat bet ISA or ties that were deceptive, not equitable and not precise. Freelance finance advisor Neil Liversidge wrote to the FCA in 2015 precautionary it on the schema. Mr. Liversidge told, the way it was assigned, a large lot human beings could include fall for the A customers driven it to us but while we looked in it down there was a lot of linkage among the human beings they were credit to and the control of LSF by themselves. We alerted our clients off and the identical day we wrote to the controller increase our concerns on the promote. Ms. Anderson told, we sense let downward, we trust the business since they had been controlled and authorized, we later found how they weren't though permitted to supervise ISAs. The FCA should include named how up they permitted us to by these means. A representative for Splash Finance told, Splash has a quantity of clients and its charges for LSF are in link in the production norm. LSF was an FCA-controlled industry and it signed off all sale material and finance promotions preliminary to publishing as required by the Finance Services and Markets Instrument. Splash was a provider of services utilized in relationship to increase invest for LSF. It did not knob customers' cash and had no participation in the deploy of cash to loan companies. The FCA told it could not commentary future